play.
Hello and what is up guys, my name is Pixel Polish and today I'm bringing you Monster Hunter Online, or a first glimpse at the new player experience in this case. Now this video was supposed to be originally just one part showing you the new player experience in a nutshell, but there's just too much stuff to show, so this will be, I don't really know how many parts, but definitely more than one and definitely more than three. So sit back, relax and enjoy! Okay, so here we are in the game, and as you can see I already have a character here, level 20, which is about 1/3 of the way to the level cap that is currently in the game. But since this is a first look video, I want to give you a glimpse of the true new player experience, so let's create a new guy, which is always a good place to start. There, as you can see, when it comes to faces, you don't have very many options, to be honest. And I don't know if that will change in the full version of the game or not. Hopefully it will, because a little bit more choices would be really... I would be fine with that. So let's pick a face, let's stick with this guy, because why not? Then below that you can change your skin color. And I know at least one of my friends that will be very happy that you can make a truly black character and not just, you know, coffee and milk like with most of these games. But I'm gonna keep my guy somewhat whitish, which won't matter in a moment, but you'll see why, but you know, just for kicks. When it comes to the hair selection, it's much better. It's maybe nothing to brag about, but there should be enough, you know, hairstyles to make most people happy. I am not happy because, as opposed to the real Monster Hunter games, sadly there is no mohawk. And if you know me, you know that I always go for mohawk, because I'm usually kinda sorta recreate my own self in those games, if you know what I mean. But this time I'm gonna do something else entirely, and you'll see what in a moment. You've got hair colors here. These are presets, but you can also open the color palette and do whatever the hell you please with your hair, so that's nice. Next, it's nothing special, just the underwear selection, which you should know if you play Monster Hunter. This one aside, maybe there will be more in the full game, like from the other games from this series, but this is uniquely, you know, Monster Hunter Online underwear. This looks like something straight from Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. And just like with hair, you can either select colors ready-made, or you can go to the color palette and improvise a little bit. So let's make it black. Okay. And the last option, facial, like special features. In this case, it's mostly ornaments and paint. I didn't see any scars or anything like that just yet. This time I'm gonna go for sorta like a Native American kinda looks, so I'm gonna stick with this. I don't know if that's very Native American, maybe it's like more... Probably it is more Chinese, or you can go with the crow or make a Joker if you would like to. But I'm gonna stick with this one. And yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to character creation. Obviously you can select female, but since my main is already a female, I just want to try something else for a change for this video. And before the end of this video, I'm gonna show you my female character in action anyway. So let's proceed, let's name this guy... Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna stick to my usual Monster Hunter name, which is Makushibu. And that should do it. There we go. As you can see, by default, you get Sword and Shield. This is standard for everybody. Everybody starts with a Sword and Shield, and I'm gonna tell you why next. But first... let's select a room Just for kicks, room 7. And let's go! The loading times at the beginning of this beta were pretty horrible, but they got much better with some updates. There's a little introduction. Actually, this game is full of these sort of scenes, scripted scenes, which is nice. It gives the game that cinematic feel. It has a story as well, so if you understand what they say, you can actually follow a single-player story. You don't really have a choice if you want to progress. But it's a nice touch, you know? It's something that most Monster Hunter games up to this point didn't have. Monster Hunter 4U was the first one to break the mold. And surprise, surprise, Chinese company working with the franchise actually made the effort to create something interesting. Not just, you know, strings of quests and quests and quests and nothing else in between. As you can see, it looks pretty decent. The game runs on CryEngine 3, which is not a small feat. When it comes to character interactions with dialogues, it's mostly done like you see by means of just talking heads. There is no spoken dialogues, and of course the game is made for China, so even if there were, it would be probably all in Chinese. So, you know, we're not losing much with no spoken dialogues. Come on, trainer guy. Unfortunately, I don't think you can skip the dialogues if you create a new character or something. But there we go. The game starts you, as usual, with your typical tutorial, how to move around, etc, etc. As you can see, this looks pretty familiar, right? You've got your standard... Well, if you have already played any Monster Hunter game, and not just MMOs. You've got your blue and red chest, you can pick up some supplies from here. Not this time though, because it's just a start. You've got your camp where you can sleep. But let's move on and follow the trainer. And our kitty. This cat will actually join you. Well, not this particular cat, but you will get a cat as soon as you start playing the game for reals. And here you meet your two best friends. Which names I won't even try to make up, because I didn't bother to actually get those names and try to translate them. I think this guy is called Lou or something like that, but I'm really not sure. So this is your introduction to your default party members. For maybe not most, but at least as I've said, I'm level 20, and most missions that include AI team party, those guys are your default team members. And right now they just disappeared somewhere, and you have to deal with this scary moss swine yourself. So let's do just that. And the pig is gone. Hide the weapon with Q. You can roll with space, you can crouch with C. That is if you're playing using mouse and keyboard, but honestly, despite the fact that the game supports gamepads, at least for now, in my opinion, it's better to use mouse and keyboard like in any other MMO, because of the hotbar. There is no way to operate the hotbar with the gamepad, which is an oversight on Tencent's part, because there are plenty MMOs that use gamepads, and you can actually use the hotbar. Oh, and there's another scene. There are ways to, you know, of going around using the hotbar while playing with the gamepad, that's for sure. Tencent didn't bother, at least not yet. Yeah, here's some rice, kitty. Oh, there we go. And there's your... one of the most famous Monster Hunter Online monsters, because possibly that was one of the first one that they have shown. The crazy beaver, which name I don't remember from the top of my head. So this is like a little simulated fight to get you going, to give you a little taste of things to come. It's not like you are meant to really hunt right off the bat and, you know, naked, which is never a good idea. As you can see, I didn't even take any damage, so this is more of a tutorial. You can block with E. You just smash right and left mouse buttons for your usual Monster Hunter attacks. Surprisingly, the controls while using the mouse and keyboard are not as bad as I thought at the beginning. At first I was like, how the hell would you play Monster Hunter with the keyboard and mouse? Turns out it's entirely possible, and to be honest, I'm not missing anything really. Maybe if you're not used to PC controls, you might be struggling a little bit at first. But if you have ever played any MMO on PC or any third-person action shooter game or something like that, you won't have a slightest problem. So it's okay. It's surprisingly good. What I'm trying to say, it felt surprisingly natural after just a couple of, you know, fights. Because at first I was actually pretty desperate to get my gamepad going, but then I understood that maybe it's not the best idea after all, mainly because of the hotbar. If you don't want to lose quick access to it without having to, you know, take one of your hands off the controller, it's just better to stick with the mouse and keyboard. And yeah, I think that concludes this little show-off mission. Leo! Yes! His name was Leo, now I remember. I don't remember the name of the chick though. Leo, as you can see, is a pyromaniac. Bye-bye, Beaver. We shall see you soon. Maybe not in this video, but we shall. Okay, so standard fare, as in most MMOs. Now the string of quests that are supposed to and are designed to guide you through the game, to learn you the ropes, begin. Sadly, of course, this is all in Chinese, so if you don't know the language or don't have any means of translating all of that, it's for the most part just, you know, guesswork. But it's not very hard to follow. I was stuck a few times because of the language barrier, but as soon as I tried figuring out this and that, I eventually got unstuck and just proceeded with the story. And following the story is very, very important, because this is how... Come on, why is it not working? And yes, I'm trying to talk with you. Huh? Okay, maybe I'm gonna need to initiate the dialogue again? Or am I lagged? Ah, yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's another problem of playing on Chinese servers, and especially when you're from Europe or US. Right now, I'm horribly lagged and can't do shit. But the thing is, I've heard that even Chinese players are complaining about that, so I'm guessing that Tencent's test servers are not really prepared for the amount of people that they are already serving. So I'm gonna stop the video here, and I'm gonna come back to you as soon as I'm gonna get unlagged.